Hey guys, this is Max, and what are we looking at here? We're looking at Aegon's announcement for the feature grinds coming up April 30th and May 4th. So, truth goes, if you don't follow this guy on Twitter or Facebook, that's his links here on the far left. Here you can kind of see how here I point them out, circle around the mouse here. But you can also, guys, if you didn't know this, let me bring this up. You can also find this information on the internet, on the forums. Every time Kabam announces a champion, just go to your news and announcement on their forums under weekly arena hero announcement. You can see them saying basically who the next featured champion is. But of course, looking at an image perfectly put together is always nice to see. So guys, I'm just gonna give you maybe a little bit of a tip and advice when going for the feature champion. Now myself personally, I'm not gonna go for the round 1 or round 2 of this champion. So good luck to you guys that are going to be grinding out for the next 3 days or 6 days if you're going to go for both rounds. Hopefully, this is a couple of things, guys. Hopefully you have a roster that is a good size when it comes to your 6 stars and 5 stars. Try to plan. This is going to be just the initial thought goal. Try to plan for at least 65 million or higher when it comes to how many points you want to put up for Aegon. There's a few things going on that this is why I'm coming up with this guess of a number, and it's a guess, guys. Is that there's a lot of time on people's hands. They're staying home, they're quarantining. People with fairly medium-sized large rosters that don't have the champion, or have them but don't have the resources to awaken him. So this is the best time to get him awakened, because he needs to be awakened. So ideally, this is where they're going to be going for round 1 or round 2. Those guys going for round 2, definitely, play it smart. Whatever you see the results of round 1, try to do a little bit higher. And if you see round 1 go very low, then you're ahead of the game, because you didn't have to spend the time or the resources to get them in round 1. Now the guys and girls going for round 1, guys, this is my advice. I've done round 1s grinds a lot, and as you saw my storm grind, I did round 1, so I'm not in the arenas right now to do round 2. And I truly hope that the bigger accounts out there, they should already have Aegon. Not saying that everybody should have them, like it's a guarantee, just that you have a big account. You should, sometimes you miss champions. You have a big roster and you just can't pull that champion. So getting them from arenas is not a guarantee, but it feels a little bit more secure. So I hope those guys don't try to get the champion again, because let's say if I have the champion, and I've done this in the past, guys, when it comes to like other champions, it's just Aegon seems big hype, so where I've gone for a like rerun champion and just added 20 signature levels to them or her. But I'm gonna stay myself out of this one, because this one is definitely a huge helpful tool for those guys that don't have them, or like I said, don't have them awakened. You need to get them. Now, if it was a 6-star arena, guys, this is why I'm kind of on the board of I'm on the board of getting 6-star champion arenas out. You have big accounts out there that are competing for these feature 5-star champions with medium-sized, smaller accounts out there, and it doesn't give a chance for the small account to kind of grow if they want to grow through arenas, right? They're grinding out, they're putting in the time, the effort to get the champion. So these big accounts, like you just saw me, I'm not a huge account. There's always someone bigger account out there. So there's bigger accounts out there than me, and they're able to put in, without any units. So that's the idea here, 0 units. So it's not making Kabam any money from that player base. So I didn't use any units to get Storm, so I could have said, hey, I'm not going to open any crystals, and I have a roster big enough that I can get every single champion that comes out. So I'm never going to open a Cavalier crystal. So if maybe Kabam sees that and they see, well, this account never opens crystals and they keep getting champions, their account keeps growing and growing, is because it's time for a 6-star arena. That puts a lot. That would put, like, again, I mentioned it before in the past, those 20 to 40 people that always grind for the 5-star feature, they would have to make a choice. It's like, hey, do I put in the time and effort for the 5-star feature, or do I start focusing on growing my 6-star roster? Most likely they're going to choose the 6-star roster, and that would put me completely out of this 5-star feature. So, you know, I would have to make a decision too. It's like, hey, do I go round 1 for the 5-star and then round 2 for the 6-star? I mean, that's like double grind. That's like, that'd be horrible. But hey, sometimes some people are willing to do that. I would probably just decide on 1, you know, hey, but that'd be cool if they came out with a 6-star. I mean, that would throw a huge wrench into everything. You'll see a flux of like, you know, 5-star scores probably go down a bit. That'd be kind of cool. I would really want to see this. But guys, when it comes to this 5-star feature Aegon that's coming out, I wish you luck if you're going from round 1, round 2. Like I said, there's some kind of information out there when it comes to like how to start a streak. You know, if this is your first time going for a featured grind and you haven't done it, you know, ask your alliance, you know, anybody that like you can interact with and chat with and say, hey, you know what, this is my roster. Do you think I have a chance? Honestly, guys, don't put too much work on someone else. I would say sit there, do your numbers, do your math, calculate what you can do. You know, it's fun and it's helpful. You know, people are there to help you. Say, hey, you know, you throw them a screenshot, you throw them information, and you want them to calculate and do all the math for you. Ideally, you can just sit there and do the math yourself. But I would say go in there. Go in right now into the arenas, go through your 6-stars, go through your 5-stars, see what kind of score you can put up. Now multiply that every 12 hours, see what kind of score you end up for the next 3 days, and then obviously just do your 5-stars, see what kind of score you put up for just the 5-stars, write that down. Then every time they come around, you know, multiply that, see what you come up with the next 3 days. And then if you have boost, then calculate the boost, see how many boosts you can do, see how many units you have. If you're planning on refreshing, especially if you can't get your score to over 65 million without units, allocate the units. And right now, as of today, there's some kind of unit offers. So definitely it's a good time to pick up units when it comes to maybe for this feature grind, you know. So, you know, good luck to you guys again. But ideally, those are my tips when it comes to like how to prep a little bit when it comes to the arena grinds. When it comes, you know, boost if you're gonna need them, units if you're gonna need them, the time that you need to make sure you have when it comes for the next 3 days, because there's no like, hey, I'm just gonna grind for 1 day, you know, take it easy. Second day, as you saw, like just so you know from my experience, guys, first day I did the storm grind, I was all in. I'd put up, and this is just my account because of the size of my account, I was able to put up close to 30 million points on the first day, first 24 hours. And second 24 hours, I kind of slowed down because I didn't have that that energy on the second day. So I was a little bit less, but I was close to that 60 million target. The third day, I completely just, you know, didn't do what I was doing day 1 and day 2. So I ended up with 69.5 million. No units, of course, but you know, that's just because of my roster, guys. So hopefully eventually I can share with you guys like live soon kind of how I go through my roster, go through my champs, you know, when it comes to like, hey, this is how you use your, like, why do you use this champ now as you're building your streak, or, you know, it's all personal, guys. This game is there's a lot of good advice out there, but it's also very personal when it comes to how your account sits. Rank up your champions, guys, as much as you can. Take up the 5-stars as high as you can. If you're going to be using 4-stars, because you don't have a huge amount of 6-stars and 5-stars, you know, take up those 4-stars as high as you can, because again, you're going to be using those more often if you're planning to use the 4-stars. Definitely turn on suicides. If you don't have suicides when it comes to like going for a feature grind, meaning you want to line in the top 50, you have to, guys. Not only is it going to make it easier for you, it's going to make it faster for you, but you need suicides. It's a must. If you're trying to grind for a champion without suicides on, and if you don't know what suicides is, yeah, it's not time for the grinds yet, guys. You know, it's gonna be a pass on this Aegon, but hopefully the time will come when your accounts, you have the suicides, your roster is pretty big. But I wish you guys luck. Thank you guys for watching. You know, there's a lot of stuff coming out today, so I wanted to make this pretty quick and short. Hopefully I did. See you guys in the next video. Thanks.